Generally speaking, Saturday I do a mailbag video, but I just realized that the Q&A session that we did was just pretty much all about the schedule and the schedule being released. It's kind of pointless to do that, so I'm going to do a little bit of a roundup of some news and articles that came out through Friday and through today, and just give you an idea my thoughts on these things. It's going to go over Hendon Hooker dressing up finally in the Lions uniform. You can see that. The Lions signed some draft picks, bold trade given, and takeaways from Lions Wire, my guy Jeff Risdon. But before we get into today's video, if you're a Detroit Lions fan and not subscribed to this channel, I say, what in the hell, man? That's all I do on this bad boy. Been doing it for 4 years. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 37,000. As this roundup starts off, the Detroit Lions signed some of their draft picks as of right now. Maybe they signed more after I made this video, but they got Hendon Hooker under contract, the quarterback that they got in round 3 there. Really good. You know, this is, again, something that you're seeing in the NFL now. It's not what it used to be after Sam Bradford, 2010, where you now have that rookie pay scale. So it's really easy to get these guys under contract, but it's good that they're starting to do that. We got a couple more to go there. Hendon Hooker under contract, cheap quarterback, love it. Colby Sorsdal, you already know, he was signed. And we got Antoine Green, the 7th round wide receiver. Also, the Lions signed, we got Chase Cota, the Oregon wide receiver. That's a significant one there. And a lot of other guys, not too much significant. You got Adrian Martinez in there. But a lot of these guys are signed. It's good for the Detroit Lions. In the comment section, who will be signed next? Put the name of the draft pick that you believe that gets signed next. Brian Branch could be Jameer Gibbs, Jack Campbell. Let me know in the comments below. Hendon Hooker donning his Lions uniform, and he's looking good. Mr. 12 right there. Hendon Hooker, the quarterback that we picked up, got the uniform on. I can't wait to see everybody put their uniform on, and they're doing all their fun, loving stuff that they do with the football and everything. It's really good to see him and dressed up, and I can't wait for him to start throwing the football. I can't wait for him to be on the field and see what he can do. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that in preseason. Probably not going to see a whole lot of that this year at all. But it's good to see our draft pick in the Honolulu blue and silver. So here, this was a bold prediction done by Detroit Sports Nation. This is something that we've kind of already talked about. Here is a bold trade they wanted to get done, and this is trading for Quinnen Williams here. And I'm telling you right now, if the Lions were to trade for this guy, it's going to cost probably 2 first-round picks, a long-term extension. Why would it cost so much? He's a damn good player, and the Jets are trying to go through a Super Bowl. So why would they send one of their best defensive players on their football team away when they're attempting to win a Super Bowl right now? They just got Aaron Rodgers. They want to have all of the weapons that they could have. Sending Quinnen Williams away doesn't make a lot of sense. Yes, Quinnen Williams could be, I'm not going to play, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, he will play. But look, Quinnen Williams is a massive man who would wreak havoc on any defensive line. And if the Detroit Lions were to have an opportunity to acquire him, you definitely would be making a run at a Super Bowl. He is that damn good of a player. And you put him with the Lions' interior defensive line, who we just picked up another guy, and I think that pretty much spells the idea that we're not going to be getting Quinnen Williams. It would be insane. Absolutely insane. So, good right there. Let's go over takeaways from Jeff Risdon about the Lions schedule. I glanced over them really quick. Get used to Thursday night footballs. Absolutely. Kansas City, Green Bay, and Green Bay again. And I made a video on Friday. It said Thursday night football. Folks, it's not Thursday night, it said Monday night football or Sunday night football and some of those things. It was an error. Disregard that. We all know it's Thursday night football. Kansas City, Green Bay, and obviously on Thanksgiving. But yes, the NFL is throwing us some love, putting us on Thursday Night Football to open the season, the biggest game. I think it's one of the most hyped games next to the Super Bowl, because if you look at it, everybody's waiting for week 1. The whole world's wanting to do it. They're promoting on ESPN, the NFL networks. Google's going absolutely crazy. Facebook's and everything, because everybody's ready for football. And that's the first game of the year. So, it's a great opportunity for the Detroit Lions to show the pride. So I agree there. A lot of Thursday night football games. Really cool. Division overload late. That's a weird thing. When I seen that, it is shocking. So you got Green Bay early, I think week 4. But then it's all the rest at the end of the season. It is weird. The 5 of the final 8 games are NFC North rival games. So literally we're waiting till the end of the season to see how this division plays out, at least for our sake, because you got to win you got to win your division first or you got to win the teams in your division first before you really do that. Do you guys like having division games late for the Lions schedule? Why for yes and for no? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Easy schedule seems manageable. I want to suggest this an easy schedule here. I don't suggest that. Kansas City's not going to be easy. Seattle Seahawks is not going to be easy. I think that every year we say there's teams that are really easy that we're facing a schedule or teams that's really hard. As you know, the NFL is not for long. These teams can end up being good that are bad and end up being bad that end up being good. We've seen it. So I'm not saying that I think this is going to be an easy schedule at all. I think there's tough, but there's some good games in there. It does say Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that is a pretty easier game on the schedule. Atlanta Falcons, that could be an easier game as well, but I don't think it's an easy schedule. I liked about where it's at right now. I think it's a mid-range schedule. We've had worse, that's for sure, so that's good. Playoffs likely decided in a tough final 3 weeks. Yeah, 100%. Vikings twice out of 3, and then you got the Dallas Cowboys. So literally you got to wait till the end of the year to really determine what's going to happen in the NFC North as well as the NFC, the playoff standings as a whole. So, it's big for the end of the year. It's absolutely big. But you want to know what? That's what you want as a Lions fan, right? You want every game, especially at the end, to mean something. You do. And look, if you go in there and if you want to be a playoff team, you got to beat playoff teams. You got to finish strong. Teams that finish strong, they can go into the playoffs, start winning. 2007 New York Giants. Lions, man, last year, 8 out of 10. If they would have made it in the playoffs, they could have been a team to be reckoned with. So you want to make and win a playoff game, win these final weeks right there, and it's tough for you because you're going against 2 teams, one of them twice, and one that's really good. Perfect bye week, I agree. I absolutely love Detroit Lions bye week. Week 9 is so important because it gives an opportunity to not be super early. So if there's injuries at the back end, and it's not too late to where you're piling injuries in the front, it's exactly in the middle where you want the bye week to be. Week 9, perfectly in the middle, perfectly set up for the Lions. And then you face the Chargers right after that. It gives them an opportunity to watch more film of that team and Justin Herbert, which is going to be a tough game. So I think it sets up perfectly for the Detroit Lions in the bye week. I absolutely do like that, and I think that's a smart thing that the NFL did finally, because last year's bye week sucked butt cheeks. It was terrible, the timing that they had. Too early, in my opinion. I like to have one generally in the middle. That's where it's at. A couple notes here, too, as well as, when you look at the schedule, you're facing Green Bay in, where it's warm. It's not going to be freaking freezing there. And that is a really good thing for the Detroit Lions. Even though we beat Green Bay last year in the frozen tundra, Jared Goff is a little bit better, in my opinion, in probably the warmer climates. And soon enough, in a couple years, the rumor is the Chicago's going to have a dome, and then at some point it's not going to matter that much except for Green Bay. But I do like that we're facing them. I also do like the fact that I wanted to face Kansas City and Germany because I didn't want to go to Arrowhead, but at the same time, when I was saying that, I had no idea we'd be week 1 at Kansas City to open the NFL season. So I think that's cool. So I'm also happy that there's no games overseas because it does screw you up. You're getting up at 9 in the morning, whatever it is, to watch a football game. I'm a little groggy there. To get everything set is a little bit difficult, even though the rest of your day is pretty much relaxed. Lions got a lot of love from the NFL. We have an opportunity to change the trajectory of this franchise and the image of it. Sheila Ford, everybody have an opportunity this year to put the Detroit Lions as a team, as a contender, a perennial contender. Not just this year, but going forward, to change the narrative in Detroit. That's the most important thing. Me being a Lions fan, as long as I have, is you're a Lions fan, Lions suck, Lions suck, Lions suck, sucks to be you. You get tired of that. So I would like to hear, Lions are a damn good team. You're a Lions fan. Oh, man, you guys are a pretty damn good team, and not just this year, but for going forward, for success. So going into this season, we have an opportunity to change the narrative. Let's change the narrative for the city, for the fan base, and start to get some love. Funny that my YouTube channel started because the media was always negative regarding the Detroit Lions. But at the end of the day, I love my team, and I want my team to do well, and I want the image of this franchise, this team, and this fan base to do well. I want us to be able to be proud of our team and really make that one pride stand out. But we got videos dropping here every single day. As you know, Thursday, One Pride Podcast. When the games start, away games, I'm going to be live at the casino, Soaring Eagle Casino. Home games, I will be doing some home games, obviously live stream. But this year, I am going to take some time to go to Ford Field and hang out this time, unlike I've done in years past. I want to do a little bit more of that this year. So with that said, adios.